Hi YouTube friends, Brad of Silver Lining Daydreams. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Today we're going to repair my mom's deck in her backyard. It's a wooden deck that's in disrepair. So today we're going to try to fix it. Actually, over multiple days we're going to come out here and do some work to get this deck up to snuff. And I'm going to bring you along with, show you the progress, and let's get right into this. So the stairs on both sides are bad, and the upper platform I'm going to replace. Well, actually I'm going to replace these stairs here first, coming up, and then we're going to replace the upper platform and then work down to those other stairs. But you can just kind of get the vibe how bad it is. So there's screws that are stripped, there's nails, some toenail coming up into that first decking board. So oh my goodness, it's a mess. It's just terrible, guys. So let's just see if this will pull off now. Not quite. I have to work at it some more. There you can see how dirty it is. We'll clean all that up and then we'll get some new boards on there. There, I just kind of swept it off with this. You can see it's a lot cleaner. Alright, so we made a little bit of a dent. 80% of the work is just trying to remove the old boards. So there they are. They're the extra thick decking boards. So I think I'll just rip an old board to put there. I want to be really careful on the end not to put knots. Pre-drilled my holes so I didn't have a lot of chipping. But yeah, I don't do this for a living, guys, but I think it's great. Just to give you the vibe, here's the deck. Beautiful perennials. It's beautifully landscaped in a cedar fence. What I'm trying to do is I'm using these crowbars and a hammer. I'm trying to lift up these boards, and I've been kind of just breaking them out by hand, but I brought the sawzall this time to see if I can cut some. I'm trying to be careful not to dent this up and break it up too much. So I'm afraid if I use my sawzall, I may cut this up a little bit, but I don't know. It's just taking too long to do it all manually to remove those screws. The heads on the screws are stripped, so I can't get most of them out. I have to break them, or today sawzall them out. So I don't want this top decking board to break because I'm going to try to use it as a template to cut around these posts. Try to get the sawzall under there without chipping this up anymore. Let's try to get it so you guys can see here. Whoops. We can fix that, no problem. I think we're gonna have to go get a metal cutting blade. Let's see if you can see this tip here. I've got one back there. So the decking board will just slide out this way here. So let's kind of come around here. But then once you get here, this 2x2 is in the way, so we're gonna have to take this off and then slide this board out. So I want to show you this so you can see how that's coming out. Now that sits on top of the post here. So what they did, they built a really good deck. I can barely get it apart without smashing it up, but they just screwed it in. They should have used a couple smaller, probably leg bolts, just to kind of keep it in there. So I'll take a couple leg bolts and I'll move this over this way. So we'll do that down the road. I wanted to show you how when you start taking hardware out, things start breaking that wood. Sorry, it's hard to film and drill at the same time. Whoop, broke. So a piece did break off, guys, but we can kind of get it together and still use it as a template. Missing a piece here. Just to kind of give you the vibe. So with these screws here, what I'm finding works really good is to use the sawzall just to score it, and then hit it with a hammer and it snaps. All I have is my cell phone. Let's see if I can do it here. There we go. That one didn't snap quite as well. Then we can just pound that little bit down. So basically I'm just using the sawzall, the hammer, crowbar, my foot, kind of breaking everything apart. And I'm trying to not do this. I damaged this joist, but that's okay. I can box something around there. I can also run another joist. So it's not a big deal. But you know, if we weren't going to be reusing the joist, this would be a quick tear down. So you're probably wondering, why did I start here and go this way? Well, at first I thought I was just going to replace a few, and then this project kind of grew. So the wood is not exactly the same width. So I think what we'll do is we'll bring the deck this way, and we'll see if we want to rip a board to put in there or pull these off and then rip this to fit. We'll have to wait and see. 3 decking boards left. And the one on the right is just really twisted. The one on the left is nice, but it's full of knots, which is fine. But if you come over here, there's the 3rd board. And this board doesn't have much for knots, but I wanted to show you what I decided to do is on the end here, there's going to be no knots, and that's a good thing. So where this knot is, that's going to be cut out where the post is. But we have an issue here, but I think we'll be fine. So to fit in by that post there, we'll cut right about here in a line, and that knot won't get cut into. That'll be intact. So I think this will work. Then the other thing that I wanted to mention is right here where they had the lumber tied. I can get this piece of treated lumber wet and kind of brush that in and feather that in, and I think I can make that kind of go away. We'll let this sit over the winter, but in the spring, if it's a problem, like I mentioned, we'll go in and try to clean that up a little bit. So. All right, so yeah, they had lumber, but it was really bad. I picked out the best pieces I could get. So it's about 3-4 weeks later, so I'll go back and we're gonna need some more boards. So my mom wants me to finish this so everything kind of weathers the same, which makes sense. And we're gonna have to come back and do these stairs. You can see how bad these are. And I'm afraid that the tips are gonna come out, so. I gotta get moving along, so I can't show you this, but I just made that template sit on there. And so now we're gonna cut that. All right, chiseled it. And I know those aren't real chisels, but I call them chisels because they work. They do the job and they chisel. All right, I'm coming from the backyard up the stairs. We're almost done. And so what I did is I ripped a piece, this piece right here. Let's see if we can get a better clip. So I ripped it. It doesn't look as bad as I thought. So this piece and this piece is not screwed down. And so we still have to go around these posts here. Do some cutting there, but it's freezing out here. It's winter now. So these two pieces stick over the edge. Those will get trimmed once it slides over around the post. So this is what we got going. I think it turned out pretty stinking good. Looks awesome. Next year we're gonna work on these stairs. I don't know if I've told you yet, but with this winter, we'll work on these stairs because they are so bad. You can just see how bad they are. These edges are coming off. Whoops. Oh, shoot. Sorry, Mom. We're gonna have to replace those sooner than later.